Good day, everyone. By the way, my name is Joe Brian R. Valdez, and my partner's name is Irene V. Tives. So, our topic that I discussed this morning it's all about transformational leadership. So, let's look at another model of leadership, which is the transformational leadership. So, what is transformational leadership? So transformational leadership it is ideas that leaders can transform followers. And also transformational leadership known it is a leadership that style can be defined interacting with followers to transform them, to have an increased motivation and morality. So, also transformational leadership, it is defined as a leader approach that causes change in individuals and social system. In its ideal form, it creates valuable and positive change in the followers with the end of goal of developing followers into leaders. And also it is a leadership that style that can inspire positive changes in those who follow. So transformational leaders are generally energetic, enthusiastic, and passionate. Not only are these leaders concerned and involved in the process, they are also focused on helping every members of the group succeed as well. So, it is a model of leadership that relies on the encouragement of a team to realize overall success. By raising a theme, moral and self-confidence, and theme can then align itself to an overall vision and common purpose. So, the concept of transformational leadership was initially introduced by leadership expert and presidential biographer James McGregor Burns. So, according to Burns, transformational leadership can be seen when leaders and followers make each other to advance to a higher level of moral and motivation. So, through the strength of their vision and personality, transformational leaders are able to inspire followers to exchange expectations, perceptions, and motivation to work towards common goals. So, there are three types of leadership. So, the first type of leadership is authoritarian leadership. So, authoritarian leadership called as autocratic leadership. It's when you have full control over them over team decisions. So, rather than consulting your team members, you make every decision on your own. An authoritarian leader carefully manage their team's work and pays close attention to whether each person is meeting their expectation. So let's proceed to the second types of leadership, the participative leadership. The participative leadership also called as democratic leadership. So the participative leadership known as also called as democratic leadership. It's when you are a leader who encourage your team members to speak up if they have an idea or questions. So when you are a participative leader, you understand that you can learn a lot from others. So before making an important decision, these kinds of leaders tend to consult their team first. So a participative leader is an open to feedback in group decision in order to make a decision that pleases everyone. So let's proceed to the third types of leadership. So the last one is the delegative leadership. The delegative leadership, also called as laissez-faire leadership. So it's when you are give your team members a lot of independence and freedom. Take note. If we say delegative leadership, it is when you give your team members a lot of independence and freedom. So with this kind of leadership, the hierarchy of your team is less defined. While your team members can go to you for your help, you also expect them to figure out a lot of things on their own. So, since this is a hands of management approach, delegative leaders allow their team members to make their own decision and trust and that everyone can manage their own workflow. So, that's the delegative leadership. Again, the three types of leadership is the authoritarian leadership, the second is the participative leadership, and the last one is the delegative leadership. So let's proceed to the theory of research about transformational leadership. So, the transformational leadership theory is supported by the nearly 30 years of research correlating transformational leadership to positive performance outcome, including individual, groups, and organizational level variables. So, it also solidified the need to study followers in leadership research. So, transformational leadership was the first developed and validate their theory to emphasize morals and values in leadership. So, thus, this theory is a valuable and widely used approach to studying and teaching leadership. So, Bass suggested that there were four primary primary elements to transformational leadership and also known as the 4IS. So the four primary elements transformational leadership is the idealized influence, the inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and the last one is the individual consideration. So these are the four primary elements transformation leadership. So let's proceed the first four primary elements of transformation leadership, which is the idealized influence. So what is idealized influence? So idealized influence describe leadership who have charisma, are curious and deliver messages with simplicity and tact. So these leaders are exemplary role models and are readily trusted and respected by all members of the team. So charisma is one of the essential pieces of this characteristic. So charisma is essential because it is how leaders can rally their followers around and share vision. So, charisma is most often expressed by their ability to listen actively to each team members and focus on the present moments. So, that's idealized influence. So, the second primary elements of transformational leadership is the inspirational motivation. So, what is transformational motivation? It is describes leaders that are motivating and willing to commit to a vision. So, again, inspirational motivation is describe leaders that are motivating and willing to commit to a vision. So, they encourage team members to also commit to this vision by rising team spirit, fostering community and sense of purpose. So leaders articulate a clear plan for the future of communicate. Expectation in the beginning before the work starts. So leaders have institutions towards the things that help to push their goals forward. So these actions begins to instill trust in their followers and confidence in their leaders. Again, these actions begins to instill trust in their followers and confidence in their leaders. So let's proceed to the third elements of transformational leadership, which is the intellectual stimulation. So the intellectual stimulation describe leaders who encourage their members to think outside, to he box and be innovative. So again, describe leaders who encourage their members to think outside, to box and be innovative. So stimulating followers promote critical thinking and problem solving skills in order to improve the group of organization as a whole. So leaders must be recognized that there are many ways to achieve a goal and no ordinary path to innovative. So being a transformational leader requires risk taking, creativity, curiosity, and openness to new ideas from each individual member. So that's the intellectual stimulation. So let's proceed to the last primary elements of transformational leadership. So the last is the individual consideration. So what is individual consideration? It is the degree to which a leader attends to each follower's personal needs. So the transformational leaderships encourage member by focusing on the way each person affect the overall goal. So this means recognizing the valuing the motivations, desires, and needs to individual members. Upon recognizing the motivation behind the drive of the individuals, leaders then provide opportunities for customized training. This allows team members to grow and learn in an environment they feel comfortable in. Engaging individuals requires emotional intelligence. So, these are the four primary elements of transformational leadership. So, in other name is the 4IS. So that would be all for our topic this day. So I hope you I hope all of you are understand our topic or our report this morning, which is that transformational leadership. Again, my name is Joe Brian R. Valdez, and my partner's name is Irene B. Tivis. Good day, everyone, and thank you so much.